Hey y'all, how are you today? I'm out here in the garden space getting it cleaned up from winter time. And I just wanted to show you what I've been up to today, playing out in the dirt. I want to show you a couple things that survived and a couple new things we're going to do and what's up. So just wanted to show you these are my thornless blackberries. They did survive the winter. They're already growing up the trellis as you can see. Be glad to get some of those. Do have the red currant. This is the new growth on it coming up, and it's going to look nicely. We're getting out here and working these beds. We've let them grow up over the winter time for the animals. Um, this is my witch's pot, which I'm fixing to be planting probably in 2 or 3 days. We're waiting for this rain to come through, and the last frost date is April 15th here, so waiting on that. We do have this area right here tilled up. This is going to be for the zinnias again this year and some sunflowers. It's tilled on the other side as well for the same thing. My grapes did survive. Let me show you. They're already starting to bloom here. So we'll have grapevines this year. Now last year we did this whole area up into the neighbor's garage over there. That's all the neighbor's madness. But our area goes to here. Last year we did the whole thing as a garden. This year we're only going to do this small space right here until we decide if we're moving or staying here. So I did want to make sure that we had something in the ground because I don't like not having a garden. So we just tilled this up. My husband tilled it up today, and I planted where the white tags are, if you could see them. Just some onions in there right now so this rain can come through and get those going. The rest of it I'm going to rework a couple times before I put anything in there, and then we'll go from there on that. I do have another grapevine down here that survived. Look, I want to show you something. Here's an onion from last year. Onion from last year. We didn't till it up. We just left it there. Do have another grapevine here that survived, and the other grapevine on the other side survived. And look, it's already, I don't fall out here, it's already going all the way up the trellis, and it does have blooms on it, so that's ready to go. I want to show you something else cool. Get around all the vehicles here. There's the cherry tree is blooming out here. I don't know if you could see it very well, but there are the pink and the white blossoms up there, and that gets covered in cherries. Last year it bloomed around May. I'm trying to get all the vehicles out of things and not show you that. But anyway, last year it bloomed around May, and there were massive amounts on the trees. The birds and humans enjoyed them very much. So let me see if I have time enough to get in here to show you the raspberry bushes and that kind of stuff. Tripping through the garden. It's so fantastic to be out in the dirt today, grounding myself. We still have these beds that I can plant. I think I'm going to put lettuce in those. Last year I did this one with calendula, and I'll probably put that again there this time as well. So I'm going to take you up the stairs. You can see my little gnomes. I love gnomes and the little frogs. There's Zoe. Okay. So now I'll take you out here, down the steps onto the inside. Okay. So my Esmeralda, the magic enchanted rose bush. Looks horrible. She still does have some life in her. I am going to trim all of these off, and she should pick back up. That's the comfrey. It's come back up on its own, and it'll be massive in this wheelbarrow like it was before. This is empty bed. We did till up along the side fence, so we're going to plant some corn and more sunflowers there. The lilies have come up. They look good. The knockout rose bush looks disastrous, but look, it has new life on it. The winter was super hard on everything here this year. My fig tree, this is my memorial fig tree for my dad. The jury is still out on that. I'm hoping it survived. I can't tell yet. These are raspberries. They have all the new growth down here. On both sides, both raspberries survived. So that's going to be another couple rows over there. We're going to plant tomatoes in that area. Speaking of tomatoes, we went to the MFA today and got a couple flats of different tomatoes. The bunnies have survived. Look, they said the winter was horrible, but we made it. They're thriving. They're big. They're doing what they're supposed to. Those are the rabbits. They're here for fertilizer. So on the tomatoes, we got a bunch of different kind. Big beef tomatoes. That's a big beef. Super sweet tomatoes. We got a little bit of corn to plant. Anyway, these are all different varieties of tomatoes. As I plant them, I'll tell you about them. But anyway, lots of work to do out here. The summer has not been, the winter, whatever. The winter has not been kind to us here. So we have a lot to do. Have y'all been out working in your gardens? What have y'all been doing? It's time to get planting, folks. We're thinking again, or rethinking, what all we're going to put and where we're going to plant. We are planting. We're in Missouri now. We're also going to be planting in Texas when we go up there on my mother's property. We're also going to be planting up in Arkansas. So if it becomes a crappy situation and we need to move or to get on the road somewhere, we have contributed food in all areas that we might move to or need to venture to. We do have the fire pit up so we could cook outdoors here. And I want to show you, we have this rack to put on the top of it. Let me see if I can put it on there. So this rack will fit over the top of it and we can cook there. I'm working on getting a tripod for my big cast iron pot, Dutch oven. That way it can cook there if we need to cook outside. Working on little different things so we can be self-sufficient. Of course, we do have the smoker out here, so we could always cook on that. But we're trying to make things where we're prepped up and where we're ready if we need to be. So y'all get your gardens in. Even if you don't have a garden space, get your plants. I'm going to take you back over the rabbits while I'm talking, since I can't turn this around. They'll entertain you while I talk. Anyway, make sure you're getting your plants in something. Do something. Beans, get your storage. Get something stored. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family.